Welcome to Capture the World with Dee. Interviews with companies and individuals to learn more about digitally capturing the built world. Video, drone, 3D tours, pictures, panoramas, and more. And now your host, a social influencer and community activist, Dee Johnson.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Capture the World with Dee. I'm your host, Dee Johnson. Today's episode is sponsored by Casa, the makers of a revolutionary app that allows you to use your mobile device to capture a property in under 5 minutes and in one business day get a professional floor plan. If you haven't checked them out yet, please go to qb.casa, that's cubi.casa, and start scanning today. Remember, your first scan is always free. My guest today is the founder of Asteroom, a simple 3D virtual tour solution using smartphones. He's got a lot of useful information to give you today, including what you should do about the COVID virus. Please help me welcome Eric Tsai. Good morning, Eric. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
Hello, Dee. I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come and join us. So you're here, you are the CEO and founder of Asteroom. Tell us a little bit more about what Asteroom is.
Sure. So, Asteroom, you can think of it as an easy and affordable way for every agent and photographer to create engaging 3D tours with doll houses using just their cell phone. So, as we are currently in a very difficult time, and I'm really sorry for a real estate professional whose family, loved ones, and business is impacted by the virus. But I think Asteroom provides an alternative, an answer for the industry in this difficult time. We don't know how much longer this situation will continue to be, but there are people that are still looking to sell and buy their homes, um, but they don't want to go to open houses. And I hope Asteroom is a solution for agents that are looking to help the home buyers and sellers to buy homes without needing to go to open houses.
So,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. No, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
So, let's talk about the virus. How
Yeah.
is that really affecting the U.S. real estate business?
Um, sure. That depends on a couple of factors. I think that really, like, first off, like it depends on where you are right now and how bad your market is hit by the virus. So you have to remember that real estate industry follow both the macro and the macro trend. Um, so after all, the rates are pretty low, and in many cities, it's actually cheaper to buy than to rent. I read that on Inman a couple of days ago. So imagine that when someone's lease is up, he's gonna be thinking, okay, do I have a down payment? Can I afford a home, or do I want to continue leasing? And a lot of people will choose to buy. But at the same time, a lot of people's assets are tied up to their 401k or the stock market, right? So a lot of people who don't have the down payment yet, they kind of got tied up. And so ultimately, it depends on if the buyer has the down payment ready in cash already. If so, they will most likely to be purchasing a home. If not, then they will have to wait for they get a down payment.
Hmm.
But it is cheap, yeah, to own.
So, I would assume that since this virus is hitting, certainly here in the Bay Area, where Eric is in the Bay Area with me, since last night at midnight we went on lockdown, so there's going to be less people actually going to view homes, which
That's
could
right.
potentially also slow down people listing and selling homes. I don't think we know yet, but definitely as a real estate photographer or a real estate agent, you should think about what does that mean for me and how can I be ready for that, right?
Definitely D. So I just bought a home too, like last month in San Francisco.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'm carefully, and I'm like cautiously. I was carefully and cautiously like thinking if this will impact.
Hmm.
Obviously, this the magnitude of the crisis exceeded what I was preparing for and expecting. But I don't think this will do much in terms of housing prices here in San Francisco, just because people aren't going to lose their job, and sellers don't. If sellers don't lose their job, they don't have urgency to sell. They can wait. They can lease it out and wait, right? So I think tech jobs are going to be pretty secure. I came from Facebook, and my friend was telling me that Mark sent out the email to the public, to not to the public, to the employees, that no one will get laid off due to this. So I think most of the tech company will be okay.
Hmm. Yeah. So, what can agents do to prepare themselves?
So most importantly, just the things that CDC already said and everybody already knows.
Hmm.
Work from home, apply social distancing, wash your hands. But at the end of the day, business as usual, right? Like we have to move on, and we know it's going to be slower, but you and I will have to work, right? And that just, that's just part of the life. And they will, like I said, there will be people that are looking to buy. There are people that are looking to sell, and you just have to engage them and be the expert, know how to deal with this, right? And one of the ways is to tell them that, hey, like, let's do a virtual tour of your home. You don't have to host open houses every weekend. People aren't, you're not gonna have people come into your home, look around, touch around, right? Like, do a virtual tour, and then we'll do appointment only, right? And that way you still get the same number of traffic, if not more, because at the end of the day, people are home doing nothing. Might as well just look at some homes online, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, you have a good point. I mean, this is a time when virtual tours can really take off because you're right. It stops people from having the need to have open homes. You can have people look at the house online. You can schedule when they come to visit, which means we can do social distancing so you don't have a crowd of people coming into the home. I know there are benefits to having an open house, so I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm saying in these times right now, it's an alternative and it's something that all real estate agents should be considering, right?
yeah, and I honestly I think this crisis will only accelerate the real estate industry, which already been rapidly changing.
Hmm.
There are a lot of things that are happening, like iBuying, which is like something on top of everybody's mind, right? A lot of people ask me, like, what is this going to do with iBuying? And I said that I think it's gonna accelerate the growth iBuying a bit too, because there are sellers that don't want open houses, right? And it's like, well, I'm just gonna sell my home to Zillow. Right? If the offer comes in and it's not as good, but at a time like this, I don't want to deal with the hassle, I would just sell it to Zillow. But I think that it's just gonna be how it is for this industry, because real estate industry, if you look at the US and the rest of the world, especially in Asia, like the US industry is actually a couple years behind in terms of the technology we adopt. And I think crisis like this is actually going to accelerate it a little bit with new business and new tools like
Hmm.
Asteroom.
Yeah, great. So, what do you think will happen after the virus passes?
I think o- open houses will come back up, because that is still essential part of buying a home. You have to see it, right? Like you can't just make a purchase of $1 million, 500K without seeing it.
Hmm.
But I think Asians will continue to enjoy using virtual tours as just an streamlined online offline experiences for buyers, which is what we have. Like, I'm from Taiwan, which is what we already have in Taiwan. Right? You go online, you see all the homes that you want, and then you go in when you need to. So I think this is going to help agents learn a new tool.
Hmm.
And after the crisis is gone, agents will already know how to um, insert this tool in their operations and create this much better streamlined experiences. And think of it, there's so many benefits for agents to adopt virtual tour with or without the virus, right? Like, at the normal day, like, if you can have as many views, if not more, right? Because there will be people who can't make it to a virtual open houses, right? People who are from out of town, out of state, out of the country, right? So you open up the top of funnel, you get more people viewing your home, and they also help you be more productive, right? Because you sell the home faster, you can embed it with your digital marketing campaign, promote the virtual tour on Facebook. right? And at the end of the day, you spend less time standing around waiting for people to come in open houses. And when your weekends are freed up, when you don't have to do open houses, guess what you can do? You can go generate leads, take a buyer out on a shop on a home shopping, and yeah, and many more.
Yeah, that's a good point too. So while we're all at home and can't go out, and you have some spare time, this is a good time to start learning something like Asteroom, how and playing around with it and testing it and seeing how you can add that to your arsenal of offerings that you have, which will distinguish you from other either agents or photographers. So yeah, good point. All right, so you've made some really good points about this virus, but let's talk about something else now. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started with Asteroom.
Sure. So I'm actually not from the real estate industry, although I've always been a home owner and investor. And before starting Asteroom, I actually worked at Facebook for 3 years as a data scientist on its ads team. So I was able to learn a lot about different verticals that apply digital marketing. And Facebook was a great place to work, but I always want to follow my parents' footprint and be an entrepreneur. So as I learn more about real estate and agents, and also just 3D industry, um, I came across Matterport, and I was like, there got to be a cheaper, more affordable way to do it. And don't get me wrong, like I think Matterport is a great company. They have a great, awesome product. The tour, it's the end tour was is amazing, and it's a lot of friction to create them. The camera is very expensive, and it takes 60, 90 minutes, if not more, to scan, and it's just not something that it's has become mainstream, and not something that helps is even relevant to agents who are selling like just regular homes. It becomes a tool for luxurious agents selling luxurious homes.
Poor management. Mike Madsen says poor management at Matterport.
Oh.
I second that. Okay, so keep going. Tell us more about how did you start?
Yeah. So uh basically I found a co-founder, and who was telling me that he can do it in a different way. He can do a very similar experience as Matterport, but we using your cell phone.
Hmm.
So we started looking into this, and after like a year and a half of development, um, he did it, and we've been selling the Asteroom panel kit, which is the stand and the fish eyes. And basically, when the user put their phone into on the fisheye and set it on a tripod, then that becomes a 360 scanner, a 360 camera using your phone, right? And that whole kit costs $60. And all the person has to do is to use their phone to scan every room and the hallway. But you only require one scan per place.
Hmm.
So the whole tour can be completed in 15 minutes. And yeah, so we've been selling the kit on Amazon. And so far we have sold like over 1,000 of them. So yeah, and we've been growing. We're adding like 10, 20 every day. Um, so yeah, it's exciting time.
So this piece of hardware that you sell for $59, 59
Yeah,
on
59. Yeah,
on Amazon,
on Amazon.
can you use that with other software? Like if I just wanted to take a 360 picture, can I use it for that?
Yeah, you can use it for that. Yeah.
So it's not tied to Asteroom per se.
Nope, it's not taking aspirin per se.
Well,
That's right.
that's great. So you can buy this apparatus, this piece of hardware. You can use it for multiple reasons. So that's kind of a no-brainer. And at $59, that's great.
Especially when you compare to other solutions, right? Like we know Matterport camera is $4,000.
Yep.
There are a couple 360 cameras out there, and they range from 250 to 1,000.
Hmm.
Um, and and this compare like if you compare the resolution and image quality of the phone cam with panel kit versus other 360 cameras, the phone cam actually has 32 megapixel.
Hmm.
And to put in perspective, Metapor's 4000 scanner is 40 megapixel, right? And Recon Theta V, which is 13 megapixel, and the camera goes for $400.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean these days, why do you really need to buy another other camera when you already have $1,000 one in your pocket?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, so those sell on Amazon, so check that out. What if you go to Amazon, what do you search for?
Asteroom.
Asteroom with one R, right?
It's one R, yeah, it's one R.
So it's Asteroom.
Oh, and yes,
All right. So let's talk about who can benefit from your product.
sure. Um, Mostly realtors and real estate photographers, but the entire ecosystem too, right? Like buyers, renters, sellers, like in a difficult time like this, everybody is trying to look for a solution to buy a home safely. When the virus passed, everybody is still looking for a solution that can help them buy a home and sell a home more productively, right? So I think let's talk about agents. Agents like that when they use Asteroom, they get this really cool 3D dollhouse, and they bring this to the listing presentation. Not only they get the wow from their sellers, and they also they can also sell those homes online. A lot of them promote those the tours on Facebook,
Hmm.
right? And they post it everywhere on Zillow, Realtor.com. Um, and as I said, right, like if you can sell home faster, then you can be more productive. You can do other things over weekends. You buy less cookies for open houses, and you there's a lot of benefit from it. I don't have to list it all out. But if you want to, if you're an agent, and you want to see like why do I really need a virtual tour? Check out the blog, our blog. I wrote a lot of um, blog posts in there about why virtual tour is essential to real estate industry and why the agents, how the agents win using virtual tour.
Hmm.
And for photographers, obviously, it's a time on site. I've talked to many photographers, and the biggest pain point is they're not willing to do anything when they use Matterport. They're not willing to do anything less than $300 because it takes so much of their time. It takes 90 minutes to scan the home that it's 200, 2,500 square feet. Um, and because they're selling the tours at $250, $300, no one wants to buy it, right? So it becomes like how do I say it? It's a cycle, right? Because you have a camera, you're not willing to sell less, people don't want to buy it, and your camera doesn't get used, and that's why a lot of people end up selling their Matterport camera. Um, and our solution actually provides a different niche, right? Now you can do the tour in 15 minutes, even faster when you use a 360 camera, and there's a photographer who actually did a video about how he was able to capture a 3,000 square foot home using Asteroom in 15 minutes. And the video that he timed himself, really just like on the clock that he's shooting a tour in 15 minutes. And he sold the tour for $100. And that is a lot more appetizing than $300, $400
Yeah.
to agents,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, in addition to the 2D photography that the photographers are already doing, they can say, hey, like I'll sell you a 3D tour for $100, and if you can get one, you can get two. Eventually, you can get all his agents to buy this $75, $100 add-on. It doesn't take much time to do, right? So it creates a healthy cycle, right? You have this business revenue. You can count on this revenue stream. You know that when you offer this, you get people who want to buy it, and you know that agents can leverage this to win the listing presentations. You know they can leverage it to sell the home. So yeah, so I think that those are the major benefits of using Esru.
Yeah. So I was recently at Keller Williams family reunion, and the feedback that I heard from agents was that it's having a virtual tour sets them apart. because not everybody has it and people really like it. So there was a lot of positive buzz around this, and people were starting to think, "Oh, what is this all about? And should I offer this?" And so the reception on that was very good. So this is the
Very
time. Yeah, if you want to be different than everybody else, this is
good.
the time. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about how you sign up and what your pricing looks like?
Yeah. So if you already have a 360 camera, I know not a lot of people do, but some photographers they have 360 cameras, and if you do, then all you have to do is just go on asteroom.com and just sign up, and you get a free trial. If you don't have a 360 camera, that means that you we need to make your phone the 360 camera. Then you will have to buy the kit from Amazon. So just go on Amazon, type Asteroom, you will see the kit, and with 1 month of subscription, and um, for $60 you get that. And once you get the kit, there is a coupon code. You input a coupon code in your account to redeem the membership. And then
Ah,
after that, yeah, you'll be $20 every month, and you can have up to 5 active tours. And the 3D dollhouse is something we charge additionally. The first one is free. After that is $10 to $20 depending on the size of the home.
hmm,
And we will be coming out with 2D floor plans in the future as well. And the other feature that I didn't mention is image enhancement. We know a lot of agents they worry about like if they're able to create as high quality tours or photos as
hmm,
photographers,
hmm.
and we want to alleviate that stress. So once you finish your tour, you can hire us to post edit your tour to make them look bright and professional.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. The benefit too of having the 360 panos versus just the 2D pictures is that a lot of people like the fact that you can look around and you can basically see everything. When you have just a 2D picture, you're stuck in that view.
Yep.
And so the feedback I've heard is, wow, I wish they had just moved over just a little to the right because there's just that faucet on that sink that I wanted to see, and I can't see it in a 2D picture. But on a 3D pano, you can spin around, look up, look down, all that stuff. So they're becoming way more popular because it provides so much more information. So
Yep.
that's, yeah, okay. So what makes you different from the competition?
So a couple of things, right? First of all, like I think is being able to use a phone to do this kind of things.
Hmm.
It just lower the barrier of entry by a lot, and a lot of users they don't know if this is right for them, right? And we made it really easy for them to try.
Hmm.
Like for example, they only had to spend $60 rather than 4,000 or a couple $100 on the 360 camera. We have our kit sold on US Amazon. So meaning that if you don't like it, even though like our return rate is very small, but you can return it, right? So we just want to make this available to everybody. Say, hey, like you're not sure this is for you, then give it a try at no cost. Um, and most importantly, it's so much faster and easier to do than other solutions out there. As I said, like we don't tell you where to scan, you just do one wherever you want it to be.
Hmm.
And as long as there's a direct line of sight, like that means you can see at least one other spot that you shoot, then you're good. And then we have like a tutorial video that really explains it. So a lot of agents they are not the most tech savvy, but every day I get compliments from them for making this system so easy for them to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and I think that it just as one niche about us, and also the 3D doll houses, right? Like um, Metaphor used to brag about its doll houses, which is really cool, and it gives the buyers the opportunity to visualize the layout of the home, and now we have that as well. And not to mention our 2D floor plan is coming soon too. So so yeah, so that those like will be our edge, like being able to use your phone, very little time on site and really easy to do, and the 3D dollhouses and floor plans.
Cool. So we have a question. So, Tom, I will get to your question in a second, but EJ Howard says, "Thank you for the information. Please explain what the subscription is for. If the house sells, can I delete the tour and replace it with another to keep the cost down?
That's right. Yeah, you can. So the subscription gives you 5 active tours, meaning that you can have up to 5 tours that can be visited and viewed by other people. So meaning that if you send a link in email to somebody, someone can go into the tour. And once a house sells, you can make them inactive, right? So that doesn't count towards your quota. And 5, I think, is the right number for most of the agents because I think it's hard to find someone that has. I mean, I'm sure there are people like that, but I'm sure most agents that 80% agents have less than 5 active listings. So the $20 per month is the plan for the agents.
Yeah, if you have more than 5 houses that you're listing at
Mm.
one time, you're a good agent. So what if I happen to want more than five?
The next tier up will be 25 tours for 60, and you can always ramp up and ramp down month by month. So
Oh, that's nice.
yeah,
You're not locked in.
not
Yeah,
locked in.
the price is great. It's easy to use. Anybody can pick it up and start doing it. All right. So we have another question from Tom. Hi, Tom. Just looking at your website, how are you able to determine wall measurements? I saw some tours had measurements on there.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Thank you, Tom, for bringing up. Yeah, so if you give us the height of your tripod, which is a field you can input in the tour, in the software, then we automatically calculate the measurements. That's pretty
Ooh,
cool, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
that is very cool.
but it's not super accurate. I gotta say, it's give and take within 8 to 10%. Yeah,
Okay, well that's good. Honesty is
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I can help. I can deal with that. All right.
Yeah.
Tom says I work with agents who have 10 to 15 listings at a time.
Oh,
Whoa. After 60, is there a price per tour?
um, I think the next one is 5400. $50, $400. You can find that information on SM's website. I can check right now. I
Yeah.
don't
So
think we have any.
the website
Yeah.
is asteroom.com.
.com.
So
Yep.
it's asteroom.com.
Yep.
One R, because every
One
time I
art.
type that in, it's like, is there one R or two? Uh, so yeah, check out the website asteroom.com, asteroom.com, and you should find all that great information there. Again, thanks Tom for joining. Thanks Mike. Thanks EJ and Anastasia. Uh, we had a big crowd today. Whoop. All right. So, what is your secret sauce?
Um, we don't really have any. I think we our secret sauce. It's we have a really strong engineering team. That can develop the best-in-class AI technology to help reduce the cost and time that was needed to create 3D tours. I mean, after all, we are a small company, right? But we have demonstrated that we can successfully shorten the time on site, and leverage the phone camera to produce
Yeah.
just as high quality. And I think other than that, it just we listen to our customers. Even up to today, like I still answer most of the customer inquiries every day. And because I want to know how people are using the product. And when you call for customer service, most likely it gets routed to me. And just because I like talking to our customers, understand their pain point, and from there I know how we can improve the product. So that's my secret sauce.
Yeah, I know. I think that's true. When I first met Eric, it was at NAR in San Francisco, and immediately it was apparent to me that you care. You care a lot, and the fact that you want to hear what people have to say about your product. And I know that you've made some changes based on feedback you've gotten. That's so important. And the fact that you're honest and you're like, hey, we're not, 100% accurate. That's okay, right? So it's qualities like that that make for a good product and a good company that you can trust. The price is right. Uh, if you buy their gadget for $59, you can use it for taking 360 pianos, which is becoming way more popular. So definitely look into Asteroom. I think it's a great product and something you should definitely consider. If you're a photographer, real estate agent, whatever, if you're trying to rent your home, whatever, there's so many uses. Anyway, thank you so much, Eric, for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. I've learned a lot, and I hope everybody listening has too. It's just been a joy having you here. Now, remember, if there's any tech, product, or company that you want to learn more about, if you're watching live, you can chat it to me there. If you're watching the recording, just add it to the comments below. We will make sure that we add links to both the blogs that Eric talked about and the link to the Amazon store. We will add those as well for you as reference links. And just feel free to get in touch with me if you have any great ideas or want to learn about anything new. Oh, wait, we have one more question. How does this product work with Cubicasa? Do you want to answer
Do you
that?
want to do you want to take that?
It doesn't. We did do some research to see if we could help them with their floor plans, but we can't. So they're doing floor plans, which will be coming out shortly. Uh, that's exciting too. Take a look at that when it comes out. It's another option, right? All right.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching. This has been Capture the World with Dee. Find all the episodes on YouTube under Capture the World with Dee. Until next week, please stay healthy. And thanks to everybody who's out there who are the essential workers that I know you guys are putting yourselves and your health on the line for everybody else. Thank you so much. And thanks everybody else for being patient and putting up with all this. We will get through it. And I will talk to you next week. Bye bye.
All right.